As the night settles softly around you, I want you to let your entire being begin to slow down. Not just your breathing, not just your thoughts, but the deeper parts of you that have been stretched thin throughout the day. You've been holding so much, even in moments when you tried to pretend you were fine. You've carried emotions you didn't have time to process, responsibilities you couldn't set down, and thoughts that kept circling long after you wished they would stop. But here, right now, you don't have to carry any of it. This moment is yours. This stillness is yours. Let your breathing fall into a gentle, steady rhythm, like waves brushing against a quiet shore. Feel your chest rise and fall effortlessly, without strain, without pressure, without expectation. Every breath you take becomes an invitation for your spirit to settle deeper into the softness of this night. As you exhale, feel your muscles soften. Your shoulders slowly release the tension they've been gripping. Your jaw loosens. Your hands unclench. Your mind begins to slow its pace, not because you're forcing it, but because it's finally safe enough to rest. You are not behind right now. You are not obligated to figure everything out. You are not required to be strong in this moment. Your only task is to surrender to the calm that is wrapping around you. The world outside can wait. The responsibilities can wait. The noise can wait. Tonight, your spirit comes first. Tonight, your rest is your protection. Tonight, you are stepping into a quiet that your soul has been craving for far too long. Feel your awareness drift gently inward, as if you're sinking into a warm, soothing space beneath the surface of your thoughts. This is where change begins, not with force, but with softness. Not with effort, but with ease. Let the silence cradle you. Let the darkness comfort you. Let the calmness feel like it's holding your spirit the same way a mother holds a sleeping child, tenderly, protectively, without demanding anything in return. You don't have to fight the heaviness anymore. You don't have to keep replaying conversations or worrying about tomorrow. Tonight, you are allowed to simply exist, to breathe, to rest, to let go. As I speak, imagine that my voice is guiding your spirit gently into alignment, smoothing out the places inside you that feel tangled or tired. Feel your energy settle. Feel your emotions soften. Feel your heart slow down its frantic beating. You've spent so long in survival mode that peace feels foreign. But tonight, it's coming to you naturally. Peace isn't something you have to chase. It comes to you when you finally stop running. And right now, you are slowing enough for your spirit to notice what it has been missing. Stillness, softness, safety, the simple act of breathing without stress. Every inhale brings calmness deeper into your core. Every exhale releases the fragments of the day that tried to cling to you. Let it all slide away. Let the night take the weight. Let your spirit unclench. You are stepping into a moment where your subconscious opens like a quiet door, ready to receive, ready to release, ready to shift. Nothing about this is forced. Nothing about this is rushed. The night is patient with you. It holds space for you. It waits for you to exhale. Tonight begins a gentle transformation, one that starts with slowing, breathing, and surrendering to the softness around you. Let yourself drift just a little deeper with each breath. Let yourself rest without guilt. This is your moment. This is where your spirit begins to shift. The night is ready for you. And now you are ready for it. As you drift deeper into this quiet space, I want you to notice how your spirit begins to surface with truths you've been too busy, too tired, or too overwhelmed to acknowledge. There are pieces of you that have been whispering for attention, soft, quiet parts that hold the emotions you didn't have time to feel, the fears you pushed aside so you could keep going, the hopes you tucked away because you didn't want to get hurt again. Tonight, in this calm, nothing is too heavy to be seen. Nothing inside you is too much. You don't have to hide from yourself here. You don't have to filter your feelings or suppress your desires. In this quietness, everything inside you is allowed to breathe. Feel the layers inside you starting to loosen, almost like knots untying on their own. The tightness in your chest that you've gotten used to carrying is beginning to soften. The exhaustion you buried under responsibilities is finally rising to the surface, not to overwhelm you, but to be released. There are unspoken fears that lived in the corners of your mind, waiting for a moment like this. Fears that you wouldn't make it, fears that you weren't enough, fears that things would never change. They've been holding on to you because you never had the space to let them go. But as your breathing slows and your body relaxes, those fears begin to slide out of their hiding places, dissolving in the gentleness of this moment. You are safe enough to let them leave. Let your emotions move through you without needing to explain them. Let the sadness you've swallowed for weeks soften and lighten. Let the frustration you tried to ignore loosen its grip. Let the disappointment you carried in silence fade like mist in the morning sun. You don't need to fight what comes up. You don't need to judge it. You don't need to make sense of it. You just need to let the night hold you while your spirit releases what it no longer has room for. Every emotion that surfaces tonight does so because it's ready to leave you. This is cleansing. This is healing. This is your inner world finally unclenching after being tight for too long. And beneath those emotions, beneath the heaviness, there are desires that have been waiting to be acknowledged. Desires that felt too big to admit. Desires that felt too risky to hope for. You've carried dreams inside your chest that you were afraid to speak out loud because life has disappointed you before and you didn't want to be hurt again. But those dreams never died. They've just been waiting for a softer moment, a slower breath, a gentler night. Tonight, they are rising, carefully, quietly, tenderly. You can feel them, can't you? That tiny pull inside your heart, the one that whispers that what you want is real, that what you long for matters, that your spirit still believes in something greater. Let those desires unfold without fear. Let them take shape without resistance. They are not fantasies. They are reminders. They are guiding lights. They are pieces of your destiny trying to reach you again. And as your body continues to melt deeper into rest, you can finally feel them without shame, without hesitation, without the instinct to push them away. Your desires were not meant to be buried. They were meant to be nurtured, and tonight, they're coming back to life. Feel the shift inside you as truth replaces denial, as honesty replaces suppression, as clarity replaces confusion. Everything you've been carrying is finally getting room to breathe. Everything you've been hiding is stepping into the light. And everything you've desired is waking up inside you again. Let it happen. Let it rise. Let it soften you. You are safe enough to feel again. You are held enough to release again. And you are strong enough to let your spirit begin its overnight shift. Right here in this gentle unfolding. As your body sinks even deeper into rest, and your mind begins to float in that soft space between waking and dreaming, I want you to feel how open your spirit has become. This is the moment where your inner world is the most receptive, where your subconscious listens more clearly than your conscious mind ever could. You don't have to try to absorb anything. You don't have to repeat anything. You don't have to focus. Simply by resting, you are allowing these words to settle into the deepest parts of you, reshaping places that life has worn thin. This is where reprogramming happens, not with force, but with gentleness. Not through effort, but through surrender. Let the rhythm of your breathing guide you. Slow inhales, soft exhales. Your whole being is beginning to respond to the calm that is wrapping around you. Feel the shift. Feel the release. Feel the quiet certainty that begins to rise inside you. Tonight, your spirit is rewriting old scripts that no longer belong to the person you are becoming. The fear that once felt permanent is loosening. The anxiety that used to sit in your chest is dissolving. The doubt that always whispered you weren't enough is growing quiet. These old voices don't disappear because you fight them. Tonight, they disappear because your spirit finally has space to replace them with truth. And so I'm going to speak these truths softly, steadily, like warm light entering a dim room. You don't need to respond. You don't need to think. Just let the words drift into you like a breeze. You are safe. You are guided. You are worthy. You are capable. You are chosen for things that fear cannot stop. You are meant for more than you've seen so far. You are allowed to rise without apology. You are allowed to receive without guilt. You are allowed to rest without feeling like you're falling behind. Let these truths move through your spirit, settling gently where old pain once lived. Feel your mind soften as these new beliefs begin to take root. The part of you that used to brace for disappointment is learning to relax. The part of you that expected everything to be difficult is learning to trust ease. The part of you that feared your desires was learning that wanting more is not a flaw. It's a sign of your spirit remembering its purpose. Let yourself feel the shift inside your thoughts. That heaviness that once clung to you begins to lift. The constant spinning of worry begins to slow. The tight grip your mind kept around old beliefs is loosening. You are stepping out of your old self without even trying. You are rising into a version of yourself that feels lighter, clearer, and closer to who you were always meant to be. And none of this requires effort. Your subconscious is doing the work for you while you rest. As you drift deeper, imagine these new truths settling into you like soft threads, weaving new patterns inside your mind. Patterns of confidence, patterns of peace, patterns of clarity, patterns of trust. Your spirit is absorbing them naturally, effortlessly, like dry soil drinking in soft rain. You don't need to hold on to them consciously. They will stay. They will grow. They will shape your tomorrow. You are becoming the version of yourself who no longer apologizes for healing. The version who no longer shrinks to make others comfortable. The version who feels deserving of blessings without questioning them. The version who trusts that good things are not temporary, they are aligned. Tonight, the old stories are fading. The new truths are settling. Your spirit is shifting. You don't need to do anything except let sleep take you deeper and deeper. Let the night finish what it has already begun inside you. Let your spirit rewrite itself into wholeness, into strength, into peace. This is the moment the transformation becomes real, quiet, steady, and irreversible. As you slip closer to the edge of deep sleep, I want you to imagine yourself standing at the threshold of your own future. Not the future you fear, not the future you doubt, but the future that has been waiting for you long before you even knew how to hope for it. Picture a soft glow in front of you, warm and steady, as if it's lighting the path of everything that is meant for you. Feel how your spirit leans toward it naturally, without effort, without hesitation, like it recognizes where it belongs. This is the crossing point, the quiet moment where your subconscious begins stepping into alignment with what your life is preparing to bring you. You are not imagining possibilities anymore. You are entering them. I want you to see a version of yourself standing in that glow. A version who is healed in ways you once thought would take years. A version who is strong in a way that doesn't require exhaustion. A version who moves through life with a calm confidence that radiates from within. This version of you already exists. You're not creating them, they're calling you forward. And tonight, as your breathing slows and your thoughts begin to blur softly, you are stepping closer and closer to becoming them. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself trust it. Your spirit recognizes the path, even if your mind doesn't fully understand it yet. Imagine your future unfolding like a gentle sunrise. No rush, no pressure, just steady illumination. You can see relationships in your life becoming healthier, lighter, more aligned with your heart. You can see opportunities opening in places where you once experienced only closed doors. You can see decisions becoming easier because you finally trust your intuition. You can see peace becoming your default instead of anxiety. You can see yourself waking every morning with a sense of purpose that feels natural rather than forced. Everything that once felt chaotic begins to make sense. Everything that once felt delayed begins to align. As you drift deeper, let this realization settle into your spirit. You are not stepping into your future alone. You are walking into a reality that is meeting you halfway. The blessings that belong to you are not running from you. They've been waiting for you to slow down enough to receive them. The healing you once begged for is already forming. The shift you've been sensing is already underway. Your breakthrough is not something you need to chase. It is something you are becoming. Feel the weight lift from your chest as you picture this future more clearly. The version of you who once carried wounds is now carrying wisdom. The version of you who once feared change is now embracing it. The version of you who once questioned your worth now walks with a steady awareness of it. You are transforming quietly, naturally, beautifully. And as you hover between consciousness and sleep, this transformation becomes more real, more grounded, more familiar. You're not dreaming of becoming this person, you're merging with them. Let the glow around your future wash over your present self, easing every tension, quieting every doubt, calming every fear. You are allowed to walk into a future that feels safe. You are allowed to expect good things. You are allowed to believe in alignment without bracing for disappointment. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual preparation. This is your inner world recognizing that something is shifting for your good as your eyes grow heavier and your breathing falls into a deeper rhythm. Step fully into this feeling. Step fully into the version of you who is already living in alignment. Step fully into the path that is opening before you. Let your spirit lean into the warmth, the certainty, the clarity of what is coming. Tonight is the night you walk into your future with peace, not fear, with expectancy, not worry, with confidence, not hesitation. Let yourself sink deeper into this crossing point. Your spirit is stepping into what has always belonged to you. Your breakthrough is already unfolding, and all you need to do now is drift gently into sleep, knowing that you are entering the future you were meant for. As you settle into the deepest layers of sleep, I want you to imagine the night becoming a cocoon around your spirit. A soft, warm, protective space where everything inside you begins to shift without effort, without forcing, without thinking. This is the part of the night where transformation happens quietly, not with sudden bursts of emotion, not with loud revelations, but with gentle, steady movements beneath the surface of your consciousness. Your breath is slow, your body is still. Your mind is drifting far from the noise of the world. And in this quiet, your spirit finally has room to expand. Feel the air around you growing softer, almost like it's holding you. Feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into comfort. You don't have to hold yourself up right now. The night is doing that for you. And as it holds you, I'm speaking directly into the deepest parts of your spirit, the places that shape your beliefs, your emotions, your expectations. These are the spaces that determine how you see yourself. how you move through the world, how you respond when life shifts. In this deep rest, those spaces are open, receptive, ready for change. Let the old heaviness fade. Let the old fears crumble. Let the old stories unravel quietly. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to understand them. You don't even have to notice them leaving. Your subconscious is doing the work automatically. It's releasing the patterns that kept you small. It's letting go of the defenses you built when you were hurting. It's dissolving the beliefs that made you doubt your worth. You are not losing anything you need. You are shedding everything you've outgrown. As you sleep, your spirit is making room for something new. New strength, new peace, new confidence, new clarity. Imagine these qualities settling into you like warm light soaking into your skin. You don't have to ask for them. They flow into you naturally, filling the spaces where fear once lived, filling the cracks where hurt once sat, filling the emptiness where doubt used to echo. Every moment you rest, that light spreads deeper, rewriting the emotional blueprint inside you. Feel your energy shifting, becoming steadier, healthier, more aligned. You are not chaotic on the inside anymore. You are becoming stable, grounded, sure. You are stepping into a version of yourself that no longer reacts from old wounds, but responds from healed ones. A version of yourself that no longer expects disappointment, but welcomes blessing. A version of yourself that no longer stands in survival mode, but moves in peace. This shift is not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, but powerful, like the way dawn slowly overtakes the night without forcing itself. As the night deepens, your spirit begins to align with the truth of who you are becoming. Not the fearful version of you, not the tired version of you, not the broken version of you, but the rising version, the aligned version, the version who trusts themselves, the version who expects good things, the version who knows they are worthy of healing, of abundance, of love, of breakthrough. That version is settling into you, taking shape inside your subconscious, like a seed breaking open in the soil. This transformation doesn't need your control. It doesn't need your effort. It simply needs your rest. And you are resting deeply. Your spirit is shifting effortlessly. Your inner world is being rewired gently. You are becoming new from the inside out, not through pressure, but through peace. Let yourself drift even deeper. Let the night complete its work in you. Everything that no longer serves you is falling away. Everything you need is rising. And by the time morning touches your skin, you will wake carrying a peace that wasn't there before, a clarity that feels natural, and a strength that feels quiet but undeniable. Tonight, your spirit is changing. Quietly, powerfully, completely. All you have to do is sleep. As the night reaches its stillest, most sacred point, I want you to imagine the first faint hint of morning waiting just beyond the darkness, not rushing you, not pulling you, simply preparing a new beginning that already matches the person you are becoming. Even as you sleep, your spirit is rising, even while your eyes are closed. Something inside you is lifting, unfolding, opening. You don't need to wake up to feel it. You don't need to think to receive it. Your spirit is already ahead of you, already stepping into the next chapter with a quiet certainty that your mind will only understand when the sun comes. Right now, in this deep rest, I am speaking softly into the morning that awaits you. A morning where you open your eyes and feel lighter, not because anything outside changed overnight, but because everything inside did. A morning where the old heaviness doesn't greet you first. A morning where you don't wake into stress or confusion or the echoes of yesterday. A morning where peace meets you before your thoughts form. A morning where clarity comes before doubt. A morning where your spirit feels aligned, grounded, steady. Tonight has been working on you. And when morning arrives, you'll feel the shift in ways that words can barely describe. Imagine the version of yourself that will rise with the sunlight. Their energy is different. Their eyes are softer. Their mind is clearer. Their heart is less burdened. You can feel it already, can't you? That subtle difference settling into your chest, that quiet assurance expanding inside your breath. There is no chaos in your spirit anymore. No tightness gripping your thoughts. The night has been healing you in places you didn't know needed healing. You will wake with a calm that feels unfamiliar but safe. You will step into the day with a confidence that doesn't need to be forced. You will move differently because you are different. Let the night finish its work as I speak into your dawn. You will wake renewed. You will wake aligned. You will wake with intuition that feels sharper, stronger, more trustworthy. You will wake with a heart that feels lighter, almost as if a weight you've carried for months quietly dissolved in your sleep. You will wake with a sense of knowing, not fear, not guessing, not uncertainty, but knowing that you are stepping into something better, something aligned, something prepared specifically for you. Your spirit is already standing there, waiting for your body to catch up. Every breath you take pulls the morning closer. Every exhale releases another layer of old energy you don't need to carry into tomorrow. There is nothing left for you to worry about tonight. Nothing left for you to fix. Nothing left for you to analyze. You've done enough. You've carried enough. Now the night itself is carrying you, guiding you, restoring you, changing you. Let yourself drift into the deepest softness of sleep, the kind of sleep that rewrites the way your spirit rises, the kind of sleep that fills you instead of drains you, the kind of sleep that prepares you for a day you've never lived before, a version of yourself you've never met, a breakthrough you've been waiting for without even knowing how close it was. You will wake with peace. You will wake with clarity. You will wake with strength. You will wake with alignment. You will wake with a spirit that feels undeniably new. Sleep now. Let the morning come to you gently, carrying everything you've been manifesting in the quiet. Tonight, your spirit shifted, and when you rise, the proof will rise with you.